Hi, my name is Eric Wilbert. I've had diabetes for 34 years. I got it when I was 2 and a half. It's still, my blood sugar was like 700 or something. They took me to the hospital and diagnosed me with diabetes. Basically, it's affected my life in a lot of ways. You always have to pre-plan for everything you do. You always have to make sure that you have food and your supplies with you, and so you can't just run out the door and forget that you have it. But you can live a normal life. Most people don't even know I have diabetes unless they see me test my blood sugar or something like that. Because I keep real tight control. Just make sure you test yourself a lot, and so you know where you're at. Because you got to know where you're at. Don't be afraid to test yourself. And it's just something you have to deal with. You can't ignore it. If you ignore it, and the problems will get worse. So you need to take care of it. I encourage you, family members or whoever. I had a good support team around me. My parents, my brother, people, my friends that would look out for me. They would know. Don't be afraid to tell others, because they're there to help you. Everybody has their own issues to deal with in this life, and this is just one that we've been dealt, and we can get through it together. Had a praying mom and grandmother, and Jesus helped me out. He's watched over me all these years, and I just encourage you to not be afraid to tell people. I knew other diabetics when I was younger that were afraid to tell people because they had fear of embarrassment, or that people would make fun of them. If people do that, don't worry about it. Move on, because they just have their own insecurities. Don't be insecure with who you are. You can live a normal life. The doctors told me when I was young, when I got it was back in the 70s, so of course the technology was a lot less than it is now on how to take care of yourself. And they told me I'd never be normal, I'd never be able to play and do other things like other kids. But I proved them wrong by playing baseball, being on the all-star team, doing things that they told me I could never do, by my mom's prayers, persevering, educating yourself. I encourage you to educate yourself, because if you don't know how things affect you, pay attention to what your body's telling you. What you're eating is important. Eating fiber, and there's just different things. Just educate yourself on how to take care of yourself, and you can do it. It is an inconvenience, and it's expensive at times, with insurance and stuff like that. But do what you can to watch yourself and educate yourself. And as far as being discriminated, I don't even remember if I had. I've forgotten about it. So a lot of times we think ourselves, we're embarrassed to what other people think, and we can just be discriminated in our own mind just because we're ashamed of it or whatever. But don't be ashamed of having diabetes. Just be who you are, and educate yourself and take care of yourself, and together we can stop diabetes.